Hey everybody. Oh man, it's been forever since I've made a video. But hi, I'm back, at least for a little while. Damn, that is loud music. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I turned it down a little bit, but not all the way because C418 rocked. Hi. It's been a really long time since I've made a video, but I wanted to start making videos again. I was feeling kind of creative, and also, I want to put my world out there because I'm really proud of it. So I'm just gonna give a quick rundown. I've been pretty busy with life lately, and there's just been a lot going on with my job. Plus, I've been working on graphic design and stuff on the side, and that's actually started to pick up a little bit. So I've been taking commissions for that because I actually draw like a lot. I'm not very good at everything that I draw. Sometimes things turn out really crappy, but I've been doing that professionally, and I also have been saving up money for surgery, and that's coming up. So I just left my old job, and I have some time before surgery to get ready, and I've been doing that. But I wanted to start making videos again. I don't care if they're good. I don't care if people watch them. I'm just gonna make them, and I'm going to be myself and see what happens. So if there's anybody watching this, or anybody that used to watch my videos, because I did have a very small audience before I stopped posting, welcome back. Technically I am just a Minecraft YouTuber, but I do hope to do other games at some point. And I started doing stuff for a Forever World, which is what you guys are seeing now. But it's been a long time since I've posted, and I want to show you guys what I've been up to, and tell you what my goals are for the remainder of this world's lifespan, because I'm starting to think it might not be forever anymore. And I'll give you a rundown on, what's changed and everything, but I apologize for the overabundance of talking. I'm sure that's kind of a turn off, but whatever. This is my kingdom. My world's name is Astoria, but this kingdom that I've been building is called the Kingdom of Majora. Would you fuck off? Dude. Seriously, you know what? I know you're gonna be an issue. Do it. Do it. Shoot. Fucking punk. Anyways, I've been very busy, as you guys can see. I think in my last video, I was constructing the wall to this place, which has been finished for a while now. But there's been a lot. I've updated the farm. It's a little different. I built a grain silo for storing the crops. There's a cherry grove garden, a big crystal tree in the center, the observatory, which is that Space Needle looking thing. I've also got a barn where I keep animals, and then on the side there's cows and a stable for horses. I am going to give you guys a tour, but then I also want to tell you what my next goals are, because I actually intend on filming those. I don't really plan on that. I don't know. I don't really know. I was gonna do villagers, but I don't really like villagers. I think that everyone does villagers, and I don't particularly care for them. I don't even like doing trades with them. So I'm just gonna not fucking do it. And there. But I guess I will start from here and move into the kingdom and just show you guys everything. You guys saw me run through this earlier. This is the farm, whatever. I call it the forever crop because one single harvest from this place fully stocks the silo for forever. And since I'm the only person in this world, the food lasts a long time. And I've got copper golems that do all the sorting. But the first floor, the foundation, this is where we keep all the seeds and stuff. And this is where we keep the crops. This is all potatoes. The first harvest was all potatoes, and so I planted a bunch of other things so that we'd have a little bit more variety. But yeah, this is the forever crop. That's the grain silo. It's a pretty basic build. I built it a long time ago. This is my house. I have updated it since you guys saw it last. I made it look a little bit more grizzly and kind of, I guess. I don't know. But I like it. It's one of my favorite builds in the world. The design itself for the face is something I took off the internet, but I did modify it to fit my own specifications. But I love it. And then I, of course, planted some trees around it. I was really tired of the landscape looking so barren after I chopped down all the trees, so I started to spruce it up with some more life. This is the centerpiece. I didn't do a town square. I thought it would be cooler to do like a magical tree. So it's quartz and amethyst, and I call it the Tree of Forgiveness. And it is quite nice. Also, little side note, I have a resource pack that kind of turns the game into what it was like back when 4J Studios was making the Legacy Console Edition. So all the music is back from that era, all the menu, the textures, everything, even the sounds that you make in your inventory, all back. See? I love it. But I missed that, so I wanted to bring it back. If we come over this way, though, there's sort of a big divide between a dark oak forest and what is going to be a big jungle section. I will show you guys the farm first, though. Because, oh, there's another iron golem. Sweet. Yeah, my population consists mostly of golems and magical creatures. We've got a lot here. But here's the... You guys... God. The iron horse armor, for some reason, glitches out a lot. But this is the stables. I have bred all of these horses. I wanted to make sure that they were as fast as I could get them, because I'm a fucking tryhard, and I like fast horses, and frisky women. And this is the chicken coop. They lay all of these eggs, if I can, there we go. Yeah, I have quite an abundance of eggs. These are my sheep, and this was what I used to breed. I ran out of food, though. And then over here's the cows. This is my animal farm. Very basic little barn with a hay roof. I kind of was trying to go for a Viking type of roof with the ridges on the top. I really like that. And I did the same thing for that building over there, which is what I'm going to show you next. This whole section used to be a swamp, but I turned it into a big old dark oak / regular oak field. I still need to build a pathway that leads up here, but this is what I like to call the Warriors' Longhouse Lodge. And this is where the Iron Golems live. They got their nice little campfire. They got their... Oh shit, my phone's going off. Earthquake alert. Wow, that's amazing. I'm apparently about to get a big ass earthquake. Whatever, shit happens. Anyways, this is their workstation. All of the Iron Golems are warriors here. So they just kind of chill out, sit by the campfire, read books, and build weapons. And occasionally drink beer, which is why there's brewing stations here. All the Iron Golems in my build are kind of drunk, but whatever. But that's the Warriors' Longhouse Lodge. I just finished it yesterday, actually. I have a little bit of a bucket list of build projects I'm trying to finish before I stop playing this world. At least for a little while. But this bad boy, I'm actually really proud of. It's right next to the sugarcane farm for paper. But it has a water elevator in the pillar to the top. It takes you all the way up, and you got this section, which is a viewing area for people to come and chart adventures. And you can kind of use your telescope to look around and see stuff and observe the terrain, and you can chart your next adventure from here. And this area is where we go to make the maps. I don't know why I did this, but this is a wild wolf. I just let him live in here. He doesn't have a name. He just likes to chill. Sometimes I come up and he's taking a dump in the corner and I gotta clean it up. But this is the station where we put together maps and cartography um, stuff. But we got sugarcane here, paper here, and stuff to just put together maps so that you can chart new areas. And then here's where we have logged already. So this is the kingdom. The maps aren't perfectly accurate, unfortunately. I gotta update them a little bit in a couple of spots. But this is largely what the kingdom consists of so far. We've got a section for the apothecaries. I've got these two little fairies that live in the house and they handle all the potion ingredients. But it's a public use area for everyone to go brew their potions. There's that building right there, which I'm going to show you next. And then there's the observatory, which is where we are now. But yeah, I've been building up this area a lot these past couple of months. And then here is the larger maps, which is where we have a bunch more territory charted out on all the different places I've explored. But that's spawn region, and then that's the northern region, which I still have a huge chunk that I haven't really gone through, but it's mostly water anyways, and so I haven't really gone through that yet. But this is the observatory. I'm gonna jump off now and show you the meat shop. So, this little place right here is Carl's Meat Shack. I love Carl. Carl's a cute little guy. But this is where everyone comes to dine on the finest meats in the land. We got fish, pork, rabbit, beef, chicken, and this is Carl. He forgot to wax himself again. There you go, buddy. But everybody that comes here, if they want meat that hasn't been cooked yet, they just chuck it in the oven, and it cooks. And Carl will take it, and he'll come and he'll put it in the meat chest, which is just all the meat. I had a very large abundance of meat, and so I produced Carl and this big-ass oven, and I gave him his little store, and he manages it all, and has his lovely little life here. But I love it. I like this. I wanted to make a very uneven house-looking brick building, and I like it. I like that it's not symmetrical, and that there's this big-ass chimney coming out of the center of it. And I designed it like that on purpose, but I really liked it. And then the next area that I want to show you is the Cherry Grove Garden. Some of it is not perfectly bone mealed, and there's still a chest full of dirt I don't know what to do with because I don't like wasting materials and I don't want to throw it away. But if we come through all these beautiful ass trees, here's the apothecary's house, which has all these herbs and shit hanging from the roof tiles. It's got vines growing up the side, there's firefly bushes and moss all around it. It's meant to sort of be this very, like, hippy-dippy nature looking place, and it's made with cherry grove and quartz. Cherry wood and quartz to kind of match the environment. You come inside, they've got netherwort growing in the corner, they've got an entire barrel system sorting different potion ingredients, an entire row of brewing stations, a chest full of potions that have already been brewed, a shelf full of ingredients, and then of course the two allays that live here, and they sort of handle everything for everybody and help people out as they're brewing potions. And then of course you've got the bubbling cauldron here that leads up to the chimney that comes out of the roof. But this is also a relatively old build, but I love it. And there's the smokestack. Absolutely fantastic. And I think I'm running out of things to show you guys. There's more stuff. There's always more. What else am I missing? I could show you guys my house, but I'm pretty sure nothing's really changed about the interior of that place. Oh, the jungle! Duh! Sorry about that. Yeah, I just recently managed to get some pandas over here, and so we've got a little bit of a panda colonization situation, and we've got frogs. I'm going to show you Donnie real quick if he's still here. Donnie, are you in here? Here he is. This is Donnie. Donnie and Darla are like the Adam and Eve of our frog population here. Donnie likes to chill in the lake underneath this tree. I call it the Tree of Forgiveness. Darla wandered a... Oh, damn. Coughing. I'm talking too fast. Sorry about that. Darla wandered off over there. We might see her in a little bit. That's one of the skeleton horses. We got attacked by a bunch of skeleton horse riders earlier, and I fucked them up. It was pretty cool. But now I just let the skeleton horses chill here. But this is going to be the jungle area for all the pandas and hopefully parrots. The problem with parrots, though, is I think I need to tame them to get them to stick around. I don't know, though. We'll see. I'll see what I can do. This is Snooty's hut. It is a little, very asymmetrical, sort of padded together hobbit hole. I wanted it to look like the panda itself kind of built it, so I tried to make it not too neat and pretty, but I feel like I kind of did anyways. But this is Snooty. And that is why we call him Snooty. He's always sick. So I gave him this nice warm little underground cottage with a nice bed, books to read, a fireplace to keep him warm, and a dining table. I baked him some cake earlier, but I'm not so sure that's good for him in his current situation. But he usually asks me for treats every time I come in here, so let me just... all of that. Did I get it all? Alright, Snooty. Here you go, pal. Enjoy. And that's so far the only house I've really built in this area. I've mostly been trying to get the trees to come up and fill out the terrain so that there's more nature here. There's another iron golem patrolling over there. They're sort of like they're citizens, but they also technically classify as a police force. Every once in a while we'll get a water zombie or something that wanders up from the shore, and I'll just watch them beat the fuck out of it. And there's the other pandas over there. I will introduce you to them. They are quite lovely. Yep. They just like to roll around and do shit. They're pretty cool. This one, I don't know what his deal is. He might have taken some LSD or whatever. But yeah, they just kind of live here and they chill out. I'm gonna grow some more jungle trees and whatnot. But I decided that if I was going to keep working on this world and building it up, I want to keep sharing it, because there was a really long time I was playing on it in my free time and not recording, because I was worried about videos being too long, I was worried about not feeling like talking, or just not having people watch, but I just don't care anymore. I'm going to record whatever I want and post it, and if people happen to like it, then they do, but I'm doing this for me. And so, I think that's everything, except, oh wait, there's one more section. I gotta show you guys Billy. Billy is the axolotl. I have a plan to populate this place with all of my favorite creatures. So iron golems is one, copper golems is another. I want to do snow golems, but they die in the rain, so I gotta find out some situation for them. I was thinking of maybe... I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Allays are another one. I've got 2 allays living in the apothecary house and 2 others that like to wander around. There's one of them right now. And then I was going to fill that section with pale oak trees. If I could get a creaking to live here, I actually want to do that. I know that sounds kind of weird considering they're hostile, but I just thought it would be kind of neat to have one. But this section right here is not developed at all, except for these trees. I've got a lot of work to put into it. And then I've got the lake. I was thinking of planting firefly bushes, all around the edges of the lake. And I was going to call it Firefly Lake, but I'm not so sure about that idea yet. I do know that Billy should be around here somewhere. If I can find his little ass. He's a little bit of a rambunctious guy. I found him in a cave as a baby and brought him here, and he just started eating any monsters that would spawn on the bottom of the lake. He's kind of a little badass. But he likes to... oh shit, can we go down here? No! Billy? Are you down here, you little shit? Oh no. This video might evolve into a adventure that I didn't intend it to be. Billy? What'd you do with Billy? Wow, you guys... this explains why I'm actually not seeing that many zombies. Is Billy in here? I can just pick him up in a bucket and take him back. I'm a little worried that Billy's dead now. I had a name tag on him, so there's no way he could have respawned. This is one of my old mines. I used to go mining down here all the time, back when the caves were different. Oh man. There's so much nostalgia for this world. I wanted to talk about that a little bit too. I do feel like I've talked a lot, and I really hope that that's okay. It's fun. I get excited to share this world with people. I used to play on it a lot with my friends back in the day, and a lot of my old friends are people I don't really hang out with anymore. I still am friends with some of them, but even then, we don't really play Minecraft much anymore. They've moved on to other games, or they've moved on to the Java edition, which I can completely understand. I actually kind of want to swap over to Java edition myself. Recently, there was an update to Minecraft Bedrock. It was called 1.21.120. Long-ass name, I know. Hey, are you Darla? No, that's one of the babies. Well, whoa, pal. Do I have slime? I do. Hey, buddy. You hungry? Come here. Yeah, here, take that. I still want to find Billy. I'm a little concerned that I haven't found him yet. He likes to wander around this lake a lot, and he's a cute little guy. He's a yellow little axolotl. He should be easy to spot, but I'm concerned that maybe he's dead, and that would really upset me because I really liked him. He was one of my favorite characters. I have a whole plot that I have invented for this world. And I feel like the tour that I wanted to give you, the short tour, has ended up evolving into an extremely long tour. And now I've gotten completely sidetracked by what it is I wanted to do with this video. I wanted to keep working on the jungle section. And then once I'm done with the jungle section, I want to work on the lake. But I need to know if I have to go on a rescue mission and find this little axolotl. I don't know where he could be. Maybe in that section over there? Well, that's pretty much the tour. You guys saw everything that's done. You guys saw the things that aren't done and have yet to be finished. And that's basically the goal. I have a bucket list of things I want to do. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to archive this world into a file on my computer. And then I think I'm going to be done with the Bedrock edition of the game. Simply because I want to start playing on Java edition. I think there's tools that you can use to transfer worlds. But unfortunately, there's a lot of mods on this world, and I think if I transferred it, it might break a lot of things. There you are! Hey, Billy, what are you doing down here, you little gargoyle? You like these little crevices, don't you? Yeah, this is Billy. He's cool. I love Billy. He's such a badass. But, yeah. I'm gonna need to, like, work on filling in some of these holes for him so he doesn't get stuck in them. I don't have any blocks for that right now, though. Plus, I have another objective I want to do. So I'm going to head over to the horses, and I'm going to take a horse over to the jungle section. Not the jungle section. The jungle forest that's over there. And I need to get more saplings so I can plant more trees, because my current mission is to finish the Kingdom of Majora completely. Make sure that every build is done, all the terrain is modified to my specifications, all the citizens are populated, and once that's done, I'm going to kill the Ender Dragon one more time, and I think that's going to be it. I have never killed the Wither, but I don't think I really feel like grinding out Wither Skulls. They're such a rare drop. We'll see though. The plan is subject to change. Another reason I'm considering putting this world down, at least for a little while, I would like to put this world down because I've been playing on it a lot lately. Is the fact that Hytale, if you guys don't know what Hytale is, it's an extremely popular game that hasn't even come out yet, but it's coming out on January 13th, and it also runs on JavaScript. And I do intend on moving over to that game and playing it a lot. And I'm really, really excited for it, and I can't wait to actually get my hands on it and play it. And I really want to learn how to code using JavaScript, and I would like to start streaming and making videos of that game, and I also would really like to start making mods of that game as well. And one of the reasons I wanted to swap over to Java Edition was for that very reason. I have been working on modding Bedrock. It's not as easy as modding on Java. There's a lot more caveats you have to work around because Microsoft has a lot of restrictions. You can't just go in and change a mob. Like if you wanted to improve the AI of the game, you actually can't do that without using certain scripting APIs and stuff. And even then, there's certain restrictions. I tried to make a mod that buffed the Enderman, and it completely broke their entire AI system, and they all started flying. I shit you not, they would just stand there, staring at you, screaming, and then if you hit them, they would fly up into the sky and disappear. It was so weird. So I've been focusing more on resource packs, and I actually found a resource pack that, like I said earlier, brings back the old like 4J Studios aesthetic and vibe, and I've been loving it. I actually turned off actions and stuff just so that I could play with it, because there's a lot of old animations and stuff that they brought in too that kind of got removed, so I've just been enjoying that. Alright, we're here at the jungle place. Bunch of fucking trees. As you can see, I've been just chopping them down one after the other already, and I have no intention of stopping. Some of them look a little glitched, but that is to be expected. Oh, wait a minute, I see something under the water. I'm very curious now. What is this? Wow. Oh, hello. Damn, I love that old critical hit sound too. That's fantastic. Well, time to get to chopping. Get busy chopping or get busy dying. Morgan Freeman, Shawshank Redemption. I actually did not like that movie very much. It was very depressing. Actually, the more I think about it, I don't really like watching movies that much nowadays anymore. I've been reading a lot. I recently read the entire Compendium 1 of The Walking Dead. Mostly in one sitting. Very beautiful book. Very depressing as well, but, you know, not as depressing as Shawshank Redemption, so, whatever. I'm not sure what to talk about now. I talk a lot, and I get really excited, and then I feel like one of those people that's like, oh, my social battery's gone, and then I just get really quiet, and I know that's boring. And I'm hitting a lag spike, which I do not understand why. It's freaking stupid. This is supposed to be the most properly optimized version of the game. But whatever. Guess I'll just myself. Ow, my headset! There we go. Wait a minute. Where's my telescope? There it is. I used to have a spyglass that I called the Peeper. I stole it from a video that I saw. I thought it was really funny. Let's get down here and chop these trees down. So, as far as my bucket list, I said it earlier, yeah, finish the jungle section, maybe finish the lake, kill the Ender Dragon, and then call it good. But the list really isn't that small. There's more stuff I want to do. I have a bunch of food sitting in my double chest in my house. And I was thinking of making a restaurant where people could just go and grab food and then doing that. I kind of would like to be a part of a server. I've been seeing a lot of videos online of people playing on different mod packs, and each mod pack has a server that kind of functions like this big MMO, except it doesn't restrict you like an MMO does. Like, you can go anywhere and build shit like normal, and it actually looks like a lot of fun. And I thought it would be cool to be a part of something like that, because my friends and I, we used to make our own servers, and we had a lot of fun playing on them. But it's really just me and 2 other friends that I've got now, and I got one guy who's married and he's got a kid on the way, and we got another guy who helps his dad run a mechanic shop, and I was a dishwasher for a really long time, and I just left that, and now I'm picking up this graphic design business, which I did not expect people to pay me to draw, but they're actually doing it. And even though it's starting out kind of small, it's actually going really well, and people are actually asking me for things, which is nice. Although every once in a while I'll get a client that's a little picky, and they don't tell me what they want until after I've finished the drawing, which means I need to go in and redo it like 6 different times until they're happy. That gets a bit annoying, but getting to draw and listen to music and someone fork over $100 for a logo isn't half bad. I am eventually gonna have to start charging more money though, simply if I want to make a living. And then on top of that, another big project is this surgery that I've been saving up for to get done. And now I've got 1 week until I get the surgery. And so I'm just resting up and trying to prepare myself. I say resting up, but I'm also working out a fuck ton. So let's just say I'm metaphorically resting, like my brain is resting, but my body is absolutely stressed. Chronic soreness in several regions of muscle, but whatever. That'll get rested when I'm forced to lay up in bed. But all three of us, both of my friends and me, we all seem to have all this big shit going on in our lives lately. Between different jobs and different personal achievements and goals. And when we hang out, it's usually just to talk. We don't actually play anything like we used to. Which it disappoints me. But I guess that's just growing up, and I gotta get over it. It's just a little difficult because I thought I was already grown up once I got a car and a job, and, I started taking better care of myself. But it seems like growing up is something that kind of just happens until you die. I was asking my mom about it the other day, and I was like, do you feel like you're grown up? She's like, no. I feel like I'm growing up every day. And I kind of explained it to her, and she explained it to me, and we both kind of reached the same conclusion, and I thought it was kind of funny how that ended up being that way. But on one hand, it's a comforting thought, because it means that you're always going to be a kid, and you don't ever have to worry about losing that. There's always going to be some kind of childlike wonder in your soul. I did actually get a chance to play a game with one of my friends recently. It was called Mimesis, and it had proximity chat, and it was a horror game. That game is so cool. I absolutely loved playing that with them, and I 100% want to play it again. I'm not sure I want to play with random people, though, because then it's not as fun trying to figure out who's your friend and who's your foe, because technically everybody's a stranger. And I suck at making friends. I used to be okay at it. I used to be pretty good at talking to people. Even though I wasn't the most sociable guy in the world. Now I'm just not. I am not very social at all. Making friends with strangers sucks. But after playing that game with proximity chat, it made me want to play a Minecraft server that had proximity chat because I thought that would be kind of fun. And so me and one of my friends are making a plan to do some kind of Minecraft world with proximity chat on it. And see if we could get far in that. But I don't know. I could reach the end of this bucket list and decide to keep playing Bedrock Edition and just learn JavaScript on the side exclusively for Hytale. But that is one of the reasons I want to play on Java. Is one of the things is because of the mods. There's just so much more freedom. And the other thing is stability and customization. On Bedrock Edition, you can't play on an older version of the game. If an update breaks something, you're stuck with the broken version of the game. I don't really like that, and it makes me feel like I lose control of my game that I paid for, which really sucks when you have a world from back in like 2019 that you still play on, and there's a risk of it getting deleted by any possible future updates. And another thing is, yeah, mods and stability. I used to really like that Bedrock Edition had a bigger render distance and better native like stability and support. Like I can get up to render distance 75, like 75 chunks. That's a fucking lot. And I couldn't do that on Java, but there's a ton of mods that fix that for Java Edition. So if I can just mod in all the things I like about Bedrock, then I'm probably just gonna go do that. And I recently found a mod pack that brings in all of the new content over the years, but then it also makes the game like how it used to be back when 4J Studios was making it for the console editions. And so I was thinking of putting together a mod pack for something like that, with, you know, C418's old music, 4J's old, like, textures and vibes, and maybe some of their animations. Definitely their UI. I don't know what it is about their UI sounds, but I just love them. So bringing all of that back is something I would really like to do with a mod pack, and then do like things like proximity chat, maybe a couple of other modifications. But also I do largely want to learn how to make my own mods, and doing that on Java Edition just seems smart because it's something that is going to be in Hytale. Plus, there's like so many different mod packs you can try out, and there's so many I actually want to try now. So it's kind of like, why am I not doing this? There's even a mod that adds in controller support, so I can play with my controller and not have to play on mouse and keyboard, which I don't really like doing. So I am just gonna bite the bullet and do it. I hate the idea of having to start over for a new like Forever World, especially since I've been playing on this Forever World that you guys are watching me play on right now. I've been playing on this world since 2019 with my brother. I still have his old room and everything intact, and I've been kind of keeping it alive for him because I miss him and I want him to come back and play with me someday. But that's not gonna happen. I'm kind of holding out hope for that, and I really shouldn't. He's got his own stuff going on, and plus I don't even think he likes Minecraft anymore. So I'll just keep the room intact as a sake of like keeping an old photo. But really, the world's just mine at this point. And once I'm finished with everything I want to finish, I'm gonna let it rest. I do kind of, I feel like I'm holding on to something in an unhealthy way. I think it's okay to hold on to the memory of what this world used to be and to keep working on it. But I also think that it's starting to hurt more than it is being helpful. And that's not good. That's not good for my health at all. Because there have been a couple of days I've been playing on this world, and I've been thinking about, like, just everything that's happened in life. And as much fun I've had and as much friends as I've made, I do think that maybe holding on to it in the capacity that I am and refusing to try anything new because of it is doing more harm than good. So I should probably start trying to I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna change the subject because I feel like I've lost track of the topic and my original point. But yeah, I want to give this world a proper send-off. And I might come back and play on it again in the future. Hell, I might actually completely change my mind and decide to play on it in the future just 'cause. But for right now, as far as like what's been on my mind and what I'm gonna do, I really think that I would like to wrap up this project I've been working on, because it's been several months that I've been putting this together, between building the wall and the upgrading my house and planting all of those trees and building all those different buildings and making these little guys to populate the area. Plus all the mining I've done. Like, I've gotten 2 netherite pickaxes, I've gotten 3 different swords. I've lost 2 of them to death. I've got a full set over here. It's almost broken. I lost the helmet. I killed the Ender Dragon. I even installed a mod that overhauled the end, and I ended up not liking it and disabling it, so there's a couple of chunks in the end that are totally corrupted. You know, I've done a lot, and I've got more to do. I'm not done yet. It's just that, you know, I'm working on shit. I actually gotta pause the recording real quick. Alrighty, I am back. I desperately needed more coffee, and I needed to pee. Actually, how long has this video been going on? It's only been 40 minutes. I can go for another 17, make it an hour long, I don't care. People who really want to watch will watch. Or they can just come back later when I'm not busy. Anyways. Yeah, I know that's a lot of, like, talking. I feel kind of worn out now after... I don't feel worn out, so that's a stupid word to say. I feel... what is the word? I feel like I talk too much, but if I don't talk at all, then you guys wouldn't know what the hell is going on. Anyways. Oh, yeah, I haven't showed you guys my mine. There is so much, dude. That's okay. What time is it? It's nighttime. I'll go to sleep. I'm not faint. I was thinking about making a mod for Bedrock, though. Just out of, like, spite. Just figuring out how to put something together. Even if it's duct tape. Just to, like, prove that I can do it. And that I can actually understand the code. Despite feeling like Microsoft puts so many different restrictions. I need bone meal. So, yeah, this is my list currently. I just set it jungle, lake, dragon, but I also think I'm gonna make a restaurant. And then I said I don't want to grind out wither skulls, so I might just cheat them in and fight him. I've had to cheat other things in this world. I'm not proud of that. I try largely to play legitimately, but I did have to cheat in gotta remember my consonants and vowels, an ender portal, because when I went to the actual end portal, it wasn't there. And so I went into uh, creative mode with commands on and did /locate, and I got an error saying that it was structure not found or something like that, which didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But then I remembered that we found the portal. Why are you not growing? What did I do? We found the portal like forever ago, back when it was on PlayStation 4. And that was before the Caves and Cliffs update. And when I converted this world to PC, it updated it to Caves and Cliffs. And it overwrote the old portal with Deep Slate. And so there's no portal now that naturally generates. What the fuck? Seriously? There we go. Jeez. Picky motherfucking saplings, man. Oh, I'm not gonna grow because the oak tree that's like... get it. There. Boom. Awesome. Yeah, so I had to cheat in an end portal. I did not cheat the dragon, though. Dragon fight was fun. I actually had a mod on it, on the world, that made it more difficult. I don't quite know how they managed to do that. I didn't think you could modify the AI that already was in the game and that you had to add your own. But then I did some more research, and apparently if you... It's a nice looking tree. Apparently if you put something called a scripting API, you can use JavaScript to modify some of the AI's functions in this game. It was either that or maybe the game was lagging or something, but it did seem like the Ender Dragon would like randomly speed up and fly around faster, and it was actually really cool. Wow. It won't grow if there's like little grassy grasses here. There we go. I'm just trying to get all this done. I'm probably gonna have to chop a couple of these down to get more saplings, it seems. Definitely feel like I'm wasting bone meal. There we go. Yeah, I gotta make sure there's absolutely nothing sitting next to it, or else it won't grow. That's weird. I don't like that. But whatever. There we go. Creepy. So, that whole situation with the end dimension was quite interesting. And then I got the Eternal End add-on, which is cool. But there are these particular enemies called Void Eyes that I don't know how to describe how I feel about those things. They're like phantoms, but way more annoying. Phantoms, at least, if you go to sleep, they leave you alone. These guys, not the case. They don't fucking care. They will just swarm the shit out of you constantly. And if you wander into a biome where they spawn more frequently, full netherite, and they still absolutely wreck your shit. And I ended up losing my favorite sword. What the hell am I trying to do with this axe? Grow. Grow. There we go. Thank you. I'm actually gonna go plant these over by where the rest of the guys are. Actually, no, I do it here. More bamboo, the better. It took me forever to figure out how to breed them. Apparently, you have to feed them bamboo and also have bamboo placed right next to them. Otherwise, they just can't get it up, which I think is fucking hilarious. I'm surprised they've even managed to survive this long, especially in a world that has literal fucking demons that will run up to you and then explode. There we go. What? Does bone meal work on you? Yes. Boom, there. And, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys who this guy is. This is Baxter. No one rides Baxter. He's a little slow. I think he has a diabetes issue, but I gave him a pink outfit because I thought it would be funny. And yeah. This is coming along nicely. I got a couple more trees I gotta put over there, so I'm gonna need more saplings. And then I'm thinking I will do maybe a house in there. A house, not in that one. I want to make the houses kind of in a hill, or at least like they look like these mounds that the pandas can go into and live inside of. And I'm thinking I will do 3. I don't want them to get too complicated or sophisticated or whatever. Maybe one in that mound. Yeah. So I've got one for Snooty. He's the panda that's always sick, and then I'm gonna do a couple others. And then I think I'll be done with the whole panda situation. And then of course I gotta bone meal the actual area around it. And then I might do some pathways. Some very basic, simple pathways though. Because I've got the main brick roads that lead in and out of town. But then there's the sub paths, which are just path blocks. And that'll be that. And then I don't know if I like this, but I'll have to fix that later. More. I'm tempted to just start chopping down the jungle trees here, but the thing is, the rate at which they drop saplings, I just don't know. Maybe if I just do the single ones. Yeah, it only drops 1 sapling, so I have enough to replace what I just dropped. I don't have this issue with any other tree type. I don't understand. Yeah, 1. Just enough to replace what I just broke. Very confuzzling. Don't know if that's a... What the fuck? I don't know if that's a quirk with this version of the game or not, but I think I am just going to have to take a nice little trip to the jungle again. Except this time, I'm just going to use the elytra, because I have one after killing the dragon, and I'm just gonna use it. I don't even fucking care. But that means I gotta put all this bone meal away first, so that I have enough room to actually chop trees down and pick up the shit that they drop. So, I'm gonna go over here. Put my boner in this chest. Wait, what? And still have not found a use for any of these blocks, but I keep them anyways. It's kind of stupid. I need more coffee. I didn't introduce you guys. This is Bitch Tits. He's a pink sheep. I found him like that. I thought it was cool because pink sheep are supposed to be like super rare, and I found him wandering around one day, and I thought about cooking him and eating him, but then I thought this would be way better. And then you guys saw earlier Thing 1 and Thing 2, unless he wandered into the freaking mines. And, oh, here's Thing 2. They're brothers. It's after a Dr. Seuss book, but I like them. They're kind of cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take my elytra and head over there. I'm gonna double check on my saplings though. I don't have any extra. Alrighty then. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Alright. Can I do the... Oh, it does do it! The Superman! I missed that so much! That is so cool! Back in the 4J Studios version, you could be Superman. Da 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 da. Alright. Yeah, I'm on a nostalgia binge lately. It's probably not healthy, but after I watched some old like videos and people playing that version, I wanted to get it back, and I recreated it resource packs in Bedrock. And then I found a whole ass mod pack that turns modern Minecraft into the 4J version with all the new updates and everything. And I just got so excited. I don't even... It was crazy. I actually started a world playing that mod pack and played around with it, and it was so much fun. Combat does feel quite different. And I'm not just talking about the cooldown. This mod pack actually removed the cooldown for swinging. It's the shields. In Bedrock, you have to crouch to block. Which, you know, for the longest time, it was like that in the old console version too. And I got used to it, and it didn't really bother me. But in Java, you can just not left click, it's right click on mouse, but it's left trigger on controller, and you raise the shield up. And I thought that was so cool, because it meant that whenever you're crouching to move along something, your shield isn't raised in the way, which is convenient, because sometimes this blocks your view when you're crouch walking across bridges and stuff. But it also looked better, in my opinion, as well, because when you raise the shield, your character faces the direction the shield is up in. But in Java, sometimes or not Java, Bedrock, this happens, and it doesn't stay aligned with the front. Just tiny little aesthetic differences that I notice. And I do notice them all the fucking time. I'm a little obsessed with aesthetic. And sometimes I drive myself a little nuts with it. It's another unhealthy aspect of my personality. That's why I work out so hard. Lord, the logs place. I'm laying a big fat log in the toilet, Chiffy. Don't ask. Kinda wanna go mining. That's another thing. I've really just been wanting to go on adventures. I don't really feel like building anymore. And I'm forcing myself to build anyways. And it is kind of making the game feel more like a chore by forcing myself to do something I don't want to do in the game. But I really want to finish this project. But yeah, I have been wanting to like go on more adventures in the game. Holy shit, you're cool. Can I like kill your brothers real quick and then you and I have like a duel? Oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit! I know you're gonna do a hefty amount of damage. So do I. Alright. This is weird. I don't like this, and I don't understand why it's like this. It's giving me a fucking headache looking at it. No! Ah! You bitch! There we go. It's slightly better. I don't even know how frustrating that was. Just fucking panic attack. There we go. This is kind of a cool little spot. You could put like a little hidden base in there. Oh man, I remember making hidden bases on worlds that nobody else would play on. I was on single player making a hidden base. I remember that. I was a weird kid though. I made a strip club once too in Minecraft. That shit was weird. It was an underwater strip club, and it was specifically designed for fish. I had a very intriguing imagination. You're wearing leather armor. You look cool. Knock that off. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. You know what? You want to have a bow battle? Let's have a bow battle, dude. I'll let you take the first shot. Let's go. Oh! Okay, nice! My turn. Excuse me, we take turns. I win. See? That's what you get. That's what you get for cheating. You were supposed to take turns and you didn't, and now you're dead. If I can get up this vine before these guys... Ooh, there's like a lot of creepers down there, dude. Oh, man. That actually made my sphincter tighten a little. There we go. Hey. I am not okay with this. You have an enchanted bow. What's on it? He didn't drop it. That sucks. Sometimes I wonder... You know what? Sometimes I wonder everything. Got you. Got you. Nope. Got you. Heard him coming. I thought I had time. Oh, I like that. He like slams his fists down on the shield. Alright, I think we're okay. This is actually fun. I'm not having to do a chore. I'm just getting to fight and explore. Oh, and the jingle! I love that sound. I got sidetracked, dude. ADHD moment for sure. I don't even think I can pick up some of this stuff. Oh, no, I can't. I'm good. Dude, a mining trip would go so hard right now. I love that. Part of the reason I started this big-ass project was my friend made a comment that I don't build, or that I can't build. And so I just started building one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. And then I actually started to enjoy it. But I enjoy other parts of this game, too. I do need to probably head back to base. No, I don't have enough saplings. What am I thinking? That's stupid. I'm gonna try to get some of these small. Maybe they'll drop some more. Nope. If they do, it's usually one at a time. This is irritating. You know what? I have an idea. I have a hoe. Not that kind of hoe. And it has fortune on it. I think I can use that on these leaves. Durability. This thing's getting low. I'm gonna have to fix it soon. Yeah, I'm gonna try and use a fortune hoe to see if I can get more saplings, because chopping these trees down bit by bit is getting a little grueling, and it's frustrating me. The combat part was fun, getting attacked by zombies and skeletons and creepers and shit. I actually enjoyed that. But I sincerely need, like, I need to fucking speed this up, because I'm getting really annoyed by this process. So, I have phantom membranes, don't I? I do. I don't think I need a lot, but just enough to fix this. I do have an extra elytra, but I would rather not have to... What the hell am I doing? Wrong thing, ding dong. There we go. This back. Done. Okay, and then the fortune hoe. I'm gonna go to sleep first, actually, because I'd rather I just get this shit and then come back and start working. So, the Wither. I keep thinking about this, keeps popping up in my head. Do I want to fight him or do I not? Because the bedrock version of the Wither kicks ass, man. Like, that thing is hard, and that's like the ultimate challenge. And since I've already killed the dragon, maybe it would be better to make the final boss of my world before I let it rest, let's say. Because again, I keep saying I'll be done, but then the thought of not playing in this world anymore does kind of hurt, and I don't really want to stop. But I do want to try other things. It doesn't matter. We'll worry about that topic later. I'm talking like final boss, like end of the campaign level event that like concludes the story of the epic adventurer hero. That's what I'm talking about. And that particular topic, I'm thinking the Wither would be the ultimate fight, because it's way more difficult than the end. Am I getting saplings? I am. Okay, this works. Oak. It gave me oak saplings, brother. My brother in Christ. I need jungle saplings. My dude. And there is a method I can do that. And I don't really need to cheat them in. I'm sure there's a mod that makes it so that they drop more frequently. Or I could try to... I do have a looting enchantment on my sword. That might help. Fortresses. Let's go and do that. Recording. I can just get it done without worrying about talking about it. And then of course I gotta, because there's absolutely no way I'm gonna be fighting him in the kingdom. That's the dumbest idea ever. I'm fleshing out my bucket list for you guys as I do it, because I want to finish this project that I've, and then I want to have one more final fight, one more big adventure, and then it is hard for me to let it go, but I do need to. Maybe someday I'll come back and play on it like I said earlier, but for the most part, I have made up my mind. I talk about it, say something, and that involves like leaving. There is a small reaction, almost like flinching, and it's like, oh, don't stop playing. But after the whole like game-breaking update that came out for Bedrock Edition before, I do feel like this version of the game, it's not bad, but it's really hard to explain without sounding so negative. Like, I do not like that I'm not in as much control over my own game as I'd like to be when it comes to updates and content. And I don't like that the people developing the game, because Minecraft Bedrock Edition is not developed by Mojang. It's developed by a smaller office in Washington. And the only thing they do is copy what Java is doing and port it over to Bedrock. Java Edition is developed by Mojang. Really do at least they're like trustworthy. Like they just recently did an to give modders more freedom to make mods, which is awesome. And on top of that, if there's a version of the game that you don't like or a bug comes out that breaks the game, you can roll back the version and play the game so that you don't have to have your game broken. So that's kind of the reason why I want to be done with Bedrock, is just so that I can have more control. And I kind of have to sacrifice my forever world to do that. And that's the part that sucks, is because I don't really want to stop playing on this world. I just want to swap over to Java, because I want more freedom, and I want more control. If this was the old days, back when like Studios was developing, we wouldn't really have this issue, because they made sure that stability was a top priority. And I don't think I ever got an update for that version of the game that broke anything, and I never had to worry because it was a respectable company operated by people that respected your time and your money. And Minecraft Bedrock is a good game. The marketplace is not the greatest, I want to say, because, like, don't get me wrong, the marketplace does have some good content. There's a ton of mods that I've gotten off of there that are actually really good. The Cave Dweller mod being one of them is really cool. Actions and stuff, developed by Orville Studios, I really like. The Dynamic Light add-on that adds in, like, dynamic torches and colored lanterns and wisp fairies and all those other little creatures. All of those are really, really cool and really good, but at the exact same time, there's a ton of other packs, texture packs, skin packs, mods that have been released for the marketplace that are not good quality at all. And they're really expensive, and it just kind of seems like they're preying on children that don't have any money. Like, if you're a grown-ass man and you see something and like, you're gonna know right away, okay, that's not a very good quality product. I'm not gonna buy it. But a kid, they just might watch the trailer and they fork over their money and then they get it and they're disappointed and there's no refunds, there's no free trials, and the people that made the shitty pack just kind of get away with it. And I don't like that. I think it's a stupid ass business model. And Microsoft has been getting away with it for a really long time. And if it's not Microsoft, it's the people that develop Bedrock Edition and work for Microsoft. Somebody somewhere is fucking with shit, and I don't like that. And I don't like that there's certain mod creators and content creators that create these like predatory product packs on the marketplace and take advantage of people and their money. It doesn't really bother me as much as the other things because for me at least, I can spot it from a mile away, and I don't really buy something if it obviously looks like it's not worth the price. I don't mind that mod creators can make money off of their products. The biggest thing for me though is the game-breaking bug that came out with the last update, and the fact that it can happen again at any time, and that I have zero control and freedom over it. So my mentality is, like I've said before, and I'm sorry for repeating myself so much, I want more control and freedom over the game that I bought and paid for, because the reality is, even though Mojang owns Minecraft, it's their intellectual property, after their most recent, like, update for Java Edition that did the whole thing, Java Edition is kind of owned by everybody. You can turn that game into whatever you want. It's a game that is yours, 100%, in every sense of the term. And I want that. So if I'm going to keep playing Minecraft, that's what I would like. And, like I said as well, get the fuck off my tree. Get off! Get off! I'm not even going to eat your meat. You're not even worth it. You don't even taste good, bruh. And then also, like I said before as well, sorry again for Hytale is going to have JavaScript. And if Hytale is going to have JavaScript, I need to probably learn JavaScript. And Java Edition is a good way to do that, because I'm going to be making mods and mod the game up and all that other shit, so that I can have fun. I do feel like I do apologize for the people that have stuck it out and watched this, or might be watching this, and they're just like, dude, you said that already, or you're just rephrasing the same thing over and over again. I get stuck. When something bugs me, I kind of stew over it, and I'm speaking all my thoughts out loud, and I feel like I'm just driving people crazy at this point. But then again, I'm not really making this for anybody else. I'm making it for me. I just wanted to archive my world and show it off. And I think I'm almost done with all of these trees. Do I want this section to have jungle wood? Not. Yes, I do. I do. That'll be good. I have more. Haha! I win. Let's do these single ones in a couple of spots. Whew, I got really quiet there. I exhaust myself from talking. I talk in real life. I don't really talk that much unless I'm hanging out with my friends, like my family and stuff. Like I'm not a very outspoken person. And sometimes after talking as much as I do in these videos, I get actually like tired. It's kind of stupid. Oh wait, I have more bone meal. Right, let me go grow that. Bum ba bum. Wow. Stupid. This thing. I bet it's because there was flowers and shit there too. Fucking dick. You should grow too. Yeah, once all this is grown, maybe I won't do any houses. Or no, I don't know. I can't make up my fucking mind, dude. Sometimes I get actually genuinely angry with myself from bouncing back and forth between different ideas and looping thoughts. And I like genuinely just get aspirated and angry with myself. It's fucking stupid, dude. I wonder if I should name this horse. What would I name it? I don't even know. Pretty sure he's not the only one. I love this music, man. You know, I used to have a dock sitting right there that would go out right into the middle of the lake, and me and my old friend Christian, we would sit there. What the fuck? What? Any shadows that spawn, man, that's funny. Anytime there's enough shadow inside these walls, the mobs spawn in that darkness. Oh, looks like he despawned. That's great. Anyways, I used to have a dock that came out in the middle of this lake, and me and my old friend Christian, we would sit there and fish, and he would talk to me about the Bible. It was a lot of fun. We still do that, just we never do it on this world anymore. I know that everything's gonna be okay. I stopped making videos because I got busy, but also because I didn't really feel like anyone wanted to watch. But I really did genuinely enjoy making them. And somewhere else. I also made them as a way to, I don't know, speak my mind. I can't afford therapy, not even close. And getting to play Minecraft and tell people how I'm feeling is kind of relaxing. And I brought this old world back, and I was doing a video series using a mod pack. And instead of playing on that mod pack, I started doing this. And I brought this old world back out of nostalgia. But I don't want to say it's just nostalgia, because attributing something like this world to nothing more than like rose-tinted glasses and shit, I don't think is fair. Because there is just genuinely, I genuinely love this game, and I'm tired, bro. It is just nostalgia. But it's also, I'm trying to give myself closure. Because the way me and my friends all stopped playing in this world, it wasn't like a big final, like, goodbye and, like, we'll stop playing. Like, I feel like I kind of just slowly stopped hanging out with all of these people I used to be so close with, and I miss them. Even some of the people I actually didn't really care for that much, and I only really hung out with them because they were friends with someone else that I was friends with, and I actually really did not care to be around them at all. Even those people I miss. But it wasn't like we had a big final fight, and then we all stopped playing. It was just kind of like we all slowly started doing our own things. And like I said earlier, I guess that's a part of growing up, but being on this world kind of, I don't know, it makes me feel like it's not over yet, at least not for me. Like, wait, I have jungle leaves in here? I do not. Okay. My bad, chief. I'm gonna need these anyways, so I'll just put the sticks in here, and then I gotta pull these fucking rock push away, dude. I don't need this shit. I stopped playing on this world because my friends stopped playing with me, and I feel like I missed out for a long time by just not playing because they weren't playing. So I brought it back as a way to, like, do all the things I still wanted to do in this world. And then I also wanted to give closure because, like, in my mind, this world has this big, epic, like, long history of things that have happened. And everybody has kind of, quote unquote, like, if you looked at it from the perspective of, like, the game, or the game's, like, story, it's like an ancient time full of heroes, when really we were all just a bunch of teenagers in high school. But they all kind of went off in their own separate ways and faded into legend, but then there's me, who still plays on it. And I think I'm kind of ready to let it rest, like I said, and also move to a different version of the game for the reasons I mentioned. But I want to give it that, like, kind of send-off closure, because it's not just a game at this point. Like, it was something we all played on, we all were a part of, we all built, we all fought, we all explored. And to me, it's digital history. And some people might find that ridiculous or stupid, and you have a right to your opinion even if it's wrong. It's kind of like looking at someone who's upset that they lost their favorite painting to fire and saying, "Oh, it's just paint, dude." It's like, well, to them it clearly wasn't. They probably put a lot of work and time into it. And also, you don't even know what the painting was of. It could have been a painting of, like, their mom or their childhood home. You know, shit like that. But I think I'm getting off topic. To me, it's something like that. And I want to give it a proper closing time, you know? I'm gonna get myself a throne, put a crown on my head, and log off one last time with all of my screenshots. And then, once Hytale comes out, maybe I'll recreate this kingdom in that game, but with different creatures and a different... Like, I'll do the same name and the same buildings and the same concepts and maybe the same layout, like with the walls and everything. But I'll do Quebecs instead of Copper Golems, because that game's gonna have Quebecs, and I don't know, it'll be really cool. I'm excited for Hytale, and I kind of intend on moving over to that game. I still will play Minecraft, I think, but like I said, I'll probably play Java Edition. But if Hytale comes out and ends up being like a really, really good game, that might actually take Minecraft's spot for me. Because everything that Hytale is something that I've tried to mod Minecraft into being. And I also really like that they're going for this, like, unified client, is what the technical term is, I think. But the creator of Hytale was talking about how you know, he wants everything to be like a single client for mods so that you don't have all these different like loaders and stuff. I'm trying to explain it in a way that doesn't confuse it. But he basically wants to make sure that all the mods are available in the same spot so that there's no conflicting stuff across different mod packs and stuff that people make. I think it would be cool if somebody added creepers into Hytale. I was thinking I might try to do that, because I do have Blockbench and I know how to make models. I don't really know how to animate. Animating in that is confusing because of the skeleton system, but I think they just updated it to have a rigging system so that it's easier. So I might do that and create animations, and then I'll just add creepers into Hytale for fun. We'll see though. But I'm excited about that game. It's something new and original, and it's what a lot of people have wanted Minecraft to be for a while. But it's also a bit more complex. You got better combat, monsters, dungeons, and stuff like that. And I feel like Minecraft over the years has focused a lot more on changing and shifting its identity rather than just adding new things. I see a lot of mod packs out there that bring back the classic music and the classic textures, but then right after bringing back the classic like aesthetic and vibe, they will turn around and they'll add new weapons and dungeons and things. And that seems to be the direction a lot of people want Minecraft to go in, is like they miss the old music. They miss some of the old textures and sounds and vibes that the old days had, but they want new content. And I think that it would be wise if Mojang kind of took a hint from that, you know? They liked the old fantasy vibes that the game had. Not to say the game doesn't have a fantasy vibe, it's just it already had like an established like aesthetic vibe and way things went. And then they kind of started to shift and change it around. Not that the new artists are bad. I actually really like them. But like people want dungeons. Like the trial chambers were cool, but they're deep underground and kind of hard to find, and the only way you can get a map to them is through a cartographer. You can't like go to a village and pick up a quest. And that's another thing. Like people have been wanting quests in this game. Oh, hey, nice. Finally. I think it would be so cool to go to a village and walk into like the bounty master's shop and pick up a quest that tells you the nearby location of a pillager outpost and asks you to kill them all. And once you kill the captain, it registers the objective is complete and you can go and get a reward from the villagers for clearing the threat. Or like that could be for anything. They could be like, "Oh, there's a sea temple over here. Can you bring back the gold and we'll pay you this, this, and this?" Or, "Oh, there's a trial chamber down here. Can you go down there and do this, this, and this, and we'll give you some emeralds?" Something like that would be really neat. And I'm sure there's mod packs for Java that do that. I haven't seen any for Bedrock though. But, you know, those are just ideas. I'm looking forward to playing more Java and seeing what kind of mods I can mess around with to give me that experience. But I'm excited that Hytale is built from the ground up to accommodate that kind of experience, because it's not just like Minecraft's great. I feel like I'm kind of disrespecting the game at this point, and I feel a little bad about it. But really, I'm just enjoying discussing these topics and ideas, because I have a lot of them. I do think I need to end this video. I'm running out of topics to talk about, and so I'm starting to just ramble on, and I'm thinking about what I'm saying, and I don't think all of it actually makes sense. I am super hyped about Hytale. I'm feeling nostalgic about this world, but I'm also kind of ready to move on and try something new and quote unquote let it rest, as I keep phrasing it. But I wanted to start making videos on it again, and I wanted to finish off my bucket list before I did anything new. And so that's the plan. And this video has just been me talking about that and talking about my thoughts and updating this like jungle area. I think I'm done with all the trees and the foliage and whatnot. I just need to work on the panda houses, and then I'm gonna breed those pandas. I'm gonna make them breed. But I'm done. This video's gone on long enough, and I feel like I'm losing my fucking voice. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.